friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we will discuss about the previous year paper of WBPSC Assistant Engineer. This is a much requested video. Okay, so we will discuss the last part and we will complete all the previous year papers of Assistant Engineer. So let's start. Question number 1. Pick up the correct statement from the following. Domestic use of water is 50% of total consumption. Wastewater and leakage is 15% of total consumption. Consumption of water on public use is 15%. So you see over here we know that domestic use is almost 50 to 60% of the total consumption. Similarly, for leakage we know it is 15 to 20%, and for consumption of water on public use it is 5 to 10%. So therefore, according to me, option A is the correct answer. It is the 50% of the total consumption. It is the most highest percentage. Okay. Let's move on to next question. Question number 2. Estimate of water supply project depends upon the rate of per capita consumption and probable population estimated at the end of design period of. So we have already uploaded video, picture, a photo, and information in our Facebook group. Where we have given the design period for various types of sewage treatment units and for sewers. So here it is water supply project, very important before the exam. So it is water supply project. So the correct answer will be option D, 20 to 30 years. Let's move on to question number 3. In case of potable water, the permissible upper limit of chloride content. So we have already done this. This is a very important question. Since it is a repeat question, we have already done this question in our previous year paper. Okay, so the correct answer is option A, 250 ppm. Let's move on to question number 4. The velocity of water in water mains of 40 centimeter diameter is usually kept. So if it is a 40 centimeter dia pipe, or if the pipe is 40 centimeter diameter, then velocity is kept always above 1.8 meters per second. It will never be below 1.8 meters per second. Okay, option C is the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 5. For determining the velocity of flow of underground water, the most commonly used non-empirical formula. So most commonly used non-empirical formula is Hazen's formula or the Hazen-Williams formula, which is actually given by V equal to 0.85. Okay, CH R to the power 0.63, S to the power 0.34. Okay, so this is the Hazen-Williams formula and this is used for determining the velocity of flow of underground water. Let's move on to next question number 6. According to Quichling's formula, the fire demand Q in liters per minute and population P is related by. So we all know that Quichling's formula is, this is a very important question. Fire demand question is very important. Okay, so we will discuss all the formulas in this question only. So the correct answer is 3182 root under P. Now this Q equal to 5633 root P is Bouston's formula. You just remember it before the exam. Okay, Bouston's formula. And the last one, this one is the National Board of Fire Writers. Okay, National Board of Fire Underwriters. Fire Underwriters. Okay, so this is the correct answer for National Board of Fire Underwriters. Now here the correct answer will be option C, Quichling's formula. Let's move on to question number 7. Which of the following springs can be expected to provide continuous flow of water? So for continuous flow of water, artesian springs is the one. Okay, and gravity springs, water flows under gravity, but it will have a continuous flow, but this is not all the time, this is not possible maybe, but artesian springs, they will have continuous flow, and we found this kind of springs in case of hilly regions where supply water is totally dependent on this kind of springs. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. For significant effect on water table, the tube wells should not be spaced as 1 in. So in order to have a good quality or good yield of water from the well, it should not be spaced as 1 in 1.5 square kilometer. Option C is the correct answer. Question number 9. Shrouding is provided in. Okay, shrouding is provided in case of slotted type. Slotted type is the correct answer. Slotted type wells will have shrouding, and strainer types well is the most commonly used one in India. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 10. The area of drainage basin whose axial length is 100 km may be taken as 3000 square kilometer, the form factor of the basin will be. So we know the form factor formula is A by L square. Okay, now area is given as 3000 divided by L square is 100 square. So correct answer is obviously 0.3. Option B is the correct answer. So this type of question can come. You need to remember these two, this formula A by L square. Just remember this formula. You can do any question with any data with this formula. Let's move on to question number 11. Maximum permissible color for domestic water supply based on Cobalt scale. So we know the value, the range is 5 to 20 ppm. So maximum value is 20 ppm. It cannot be greater than 20 ppm. Option D is the correct answer. Let's move on to next question number 12. The dilution ratio at which the odor is hardly detectable is generally called threshold number. That is, we know that ton, threshold odor number, and for public supplies it should never exceed. So ton value should remain within 1 to 3. Odor, this is the odor, this is the limit for odor. So correct answer, so highest we will have 3. So option A is the correct answer. Let's move on to next question number 13. Which is the most injurious metal present in water so far as human consumption is considered? So zinc we already take, our intake of zinc is done, so this is not okay. Copper also we have some amount, and iron is injurious, but iron we can intake, okay. We need iron for our body, but the most injurious is lead. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 14. The nitrate concentration in domestic water supply is generally limited to, so we know nitrate concentration is 45 ppm, and nitrite you need to remember, nitrite, okay. You just comment that what is the value of, or what is the amount of nitrite that can remain present in water. Okay, this you mention in the comment section. And we know that excess of nitrate will cause what? Blue baby disease or methemoglobinemia. So this one is like revision also. Okay, so we can do the revision from this. Okay, excess nitrate will cause methemoglobinemia. Question number 15. Bacteria which uses carbon dioxide as a source of carbon are known as. Now you see, we all know that aerobic bacteria is one which survives in presence of oxygen. Anaerobic bacteria doesn't requires any oxygen, and heterotrophic, this actually utilizes organic carbon. Okay, organic C2 carbon. Now autotrophic bacteria solely depends on carbon, and so the correct answer is option A. Let's move on to question number 16. If wastewater has pH value of 6.5, so we know that 6.5 it is less than 7, therefore it is obviously acidic. Alkaline and caustic seem kind of term, so option A is the correct answer. Question number 17. In sewer treatment plants, the bulky floating suspended matter is removed by. So we know that we have already discussed this question, and over there this floating bulky suspended matter. Now scum is one kind of such thing, but in case of scum, skimming tanks are used. Okay, so it will remove the scum, skimming tanks will remove the scums, but here screening will be the correct answer since suspended matter is given. Let's move on to question number 18. BOD of secondary effluent from an activated sludge plant normally will be in the range that, what will be the range? So we expect for removal of at least 85% of BOD. Okay, it must not be, BOD must be removed at least 85% of the BOD, since this sludge will go into the river, and that is the water which is again treated for consumption or for any other purpose. So it is obviously less than 30 milligram per liter. Question number 19. In very first stage of decomposition of organic matter in sewage, so we all know that first stage of decomposition, ammonia is formed. Okay, ammonia, NH3. Next is our nitrite. This is nitrite and this is nitrate. Okay, so this is the part, this is the process of decomposition. These are the various types of gases which will be formed step by step. Next question. In the design and operation of an oxidation pond, which of these factors is very important? So an oxidation pond Generally depends on surface area, option A. But it can be option D. I'm not sure. Depth and shape, it also depends. Okay. Inlet and outlet is not there, but depth and shape, it depends. Okay. So according to me it's A, but maybe it's D also. If you know the answer, you can confirm in the comment section. Question number 21. The spacing of steel bars in coarse screens used for treatment treatment of sewage or sewage treatment, the coarse screen spacing will be equal to 50 mm, or it can be more than 50 mm, but it should not be less than 50 mm. Okay, so coarse screens, they are actually using the racks in the form of racks. Let's move on to question number 22. Before discharging the foul sewage into rivers, it is treated by. So sewage treatment unit will include all of this: screening, oxidation also, it will include sludge digestion also. So option D is the correct answer. Question number 23. If the depth of partial flow of a sewer of diameter 2 meter is 50 centimeter, then its weighted perimeter will be. So this is a very important question, and this will require a bit of formula. So we will use that formula only. That is, we know the weighted perimeter formula. Since it is a sewer partial flow, so we will use the formula pi d theta by 360 degree. Right. Now you see, we all know that what is the value of theta. We need to find that out first. So cos theta by 2 in case of partial flow will be equal to minus 2 into small d by capital D. So over here 1 minus 2 into 0.5, this is 50 centimeters, so we will put 0.5 divided by what we will do, that is our 2 meter. Diameter is 2 meter, so therefore we will put that 2. Now we get the formula as value as 0.5. So theta we will get as 120 degree. Okay, so if we put the value of theta over here, pi into 2 into 120 by 360, so we can see the value is 2 pi by 2 pi by 3. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. This is 2 pi by 3. Okay, 2 pi by 3. Let's move on to next question, number 24. Uniformity coefficient D60 by D10 for best filter media sands should be. So filter media sand uniformity coefficient will be, so this is for slow sand filter. Okay, so the value will be 1.8 to 2.5, and for rapid sand filter the value will be 1.2 to 1.8. So over here the correct answer will be option C. Let's move on to next question. As a result of sludge digestion, a combustible gas is generated. The generated gas is, so we all know that sludge digestion, in the sludge digestion process, the gas which is generated most is the Mars gas, or which is methane, that is our CH4. We all know the value, and it is almost 70%. We have discussed in our previous papers also. In the PhD paper we have discussed, and other 30%, almost 30% is CO2, H2S and ammonia. All those gases are also there, but these are the two major gases. Okay, let's move on to next question. Which treatment unit would be affected most by the presence of dissolved dairy waste? So this is a different kind of question. So correct answer is raw sludge pump. Let's move on to question number 27. Sedimentation and flocculation is used for removal of. We all know that sedimentation and flocculation involves the removal of suspended solids. Okay, sedimentation and second thing floc, formation of floc. Okay, so this will floc formation occurs in reaction with the solids, and they will become heavy and they will settle down. So this is another floc formation will facilitate sedimentation, and this is the second stage of sedimentation. Okay, so option B will be the correct answer. Question number 28. The rate of accumulation of sludge per person per year is usually taken as. Correct answer is 30 liters per person per year. Next question. The sewer which resists sulfide corrosion. So the correct answer will be lead sewer. Lead sewer resists sulfide corrosion. Question number 30. In rapid sand filters, ratio of length and diameters of filters should not be greater than. You see, this is the correct answer is 60. It should not be greater than 60. And spacing of laterals. Okay, spacing of laterals, that should not be greater than 15 to 30 centimeter. So over here option is not given. This correct answer is 60. Next question, during preliminary treatment of sewage, so in case of preliminary treatment, what we do? Oil and grease are removed from skimming tanks. Yes, this is also right. Oil and grease are removed from skimming tanks. No doubt about it. Floating materials by screening. Yes, we know coarse screens and fine screens. Grit and sand removed by grit chamber. So these three are absolutely correct. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 32. The first stage of natural process of sludge digestion is, so natural process of sludge digestion we all know. So in case of sludge, it is an we will not have oxidation because this is an anaerobic process. Sludge digestion will have some part will have anaerobic part. So oxidation is not the correct answer. So first what happens is acid fermentation. This is the first thing that happens. Second thing that happens is acid regression, and third thing that happens is alkaline fermentation. Question number 33. For water supply to residences, the services are provided by the generally in our house connection or house service. So we use cast iron pipes, but nowadays PVC pipes are also used. Okay. So cast iron in that since this is paper of 1998, so then back then cast iron pipes were only used. Next question, the maximum pressure to which cast iron pipes may be subjected to is that maximum pressure which cast iron pipes will be subjected is 7 kg per centimeter square. Next question, the four major water supply distribution systems. Correct answer is option C, tree, gridiron, ring and radial, and this gridiron is the reticulation only. Now, this is the part, this is reticulation is kind of a gridiron distribution only. Next question, the value of closure is said to be gradual. So we all know that when gradual closure, when will it occur? So if the valve closure, we have discussed this question many a times. 2016 paper also this question came, another paper also. So this is a third time repeat question. So gradual closure will be then if time is greater than 12 by C, option B, and if it is less than or equal to TL by C, this is a sudden closure. So this is time is suddenly it is getting closed, so time will be less. Next question, head loss due to friction in a pipe of diameter 30 meter, length 50 meter, through which water is flowing at a velocity 3 meters per second. Very important question. 4 FL V square by 2 GD. So if you put the values, all the values, so friction factor values we all know 0.032 into 50 into 3 square by 2 into 9.81. So if you calculate, so you will get the answer as 0. Nearby answer of this. So option C will be the correct answer. Since calculator is allowed, then you can calculate easily. Next question, the type of joints generally used in cast iron pipe. So we use, in case of cast iron pipe, flange joint we definitely use, socket and spigot also we use, and dresser coupling we also use. Three types of joints. Some places it is given flange joint, but in case of cast iron pipe we can use three of them. So all of the above is the correct answer. Next question, maximum permissible contamination due to mercury in drinking water. So we all know that mercury is a very contaminating or it is a dangerous chemical. It is a liquid in room temperatures. It is a metal and it is liquid in room temperature. We all know, okay, mercury, that is used in manometer also. So the correct answer will be option C, 2 milligram per liter. This is the maximum. So we don't want any mercury in our water, but maximum, if it happens also, maximum 2 milligram per liter is allowed. Next, which of the following can be used for disinfection of swimming pools? Correct answer is UV ray. Disinfection of swimming pools, UV ray is only used. Next question, objectionable taste and odors can be removed from water by, so taste and odor is removed by application of activated carbon. Option C is the correct answer. Next question, smaller pollutants that can be seen in air are of size not less than, which we can see with our open eye is of 1 micron meter. If it is less than that, then we will not be able to see with our open eyes. Okay. Next question, which of the following is a natural source of air pollution? So you say CO2 from automobiles is an artificial source, since automobile is an artificial one. Emissions from chemical factories, we are creating that, so this is an artificial one also. Option C will be the correct answer. Ozone from lightning. Right, this is a natural one and we don't have any control on that. Lightning is a natural process and therefore the natural source is ozone. Next, Which of the following compound in air can harm plants? So you see, most harmful thing that plant undergoes is of sulfur dioxide. So SO2, and another is NOx. NOx is also very dangerous for plants. Next question, the depth of water table at a place 50 meter below the ground level. To lift water from a deep tube well in this location, pump to be installed. See, it's almost 50 meter. Even if it's 40 meter or 30 meter, we will have to use deep well turbine pump. Option C is the correct answer. 50 meter is a large depth. Okay. Next question, the efficiency of pumping set is generally assumed to be. So the correct answer is 65 to 70%. Next question, pumps used for sewage disposal. So we have discussed this before only. It is centrifugal pumps. Option D. Next question, impeller for sewage pump. So impeller used will be an open impeller. This all is not used for sewage pump as a sewage pump. Open impeller type pump is only used. Next question, a valve provided immediately above the pump to reduce backsurge and water hammer. So we know that water hammer is actually reduced by pressure relief valve, but here the option is not given. So answer is pressure relief valve. You need to remember this. Next question, a uniform rate of pumping is required in. So since gravity system, this will all continuously supply water. Balance system will not require extra effort. Effort needs not to be given in case of balance system, since it will not have any scarcity of water. So correct answer is option C, pumping and storage system. Next question 51, recirculation ratio of trickling filter for sewage treatment is R. Hydraulic recirculation factor. See, we know that hydraulic recirculation factor is given by 1 plus R by I divided by 1 plus 0.1 into R by I whole square. But here I factor is not mentioned. Okay. So this is the correct answer. These options are in these options, this factor, this value is not given. But if it is given also, then B can be the correct answer, but this is not sure. Okay. Where we know that I, what is this I? This is the volume of raw sewage, right? You need to remember this. And related question we have discussed also, that is if there is no recirculation. When there will be no recirculation, then we know R by I will be equal to 0, and in that case the recirculation factor F will be equal to 1. Alright, let's move on to next question. Question number 52. In rapid sand filters, bacterial impurities can be removed up to, so we have discussed this before also, 80 to 90% bacteria can be removed in case of rapid sand filter. So here option A is the correct answer. Let's move on to next question. The gradient required to generate self-cleansing velocity in case of 150 millimeter diameter sewer. This is a very important question. You need to remember all the values. So let's discuss dia and the gradient. Okay. So we will discuss this gradient and the velocity. So let's start off with 100 mm dia pipe. So for 100 mm dia pipe, it is 1 in 60. And the velocity is 0.58. This we will discuss in meters per second. Now for 150 mm dia pipe, it will be 1 in 100. So over here option D is the correct answer. The velocity will be 0.61 meters per second. For 225 mm dia pipe, it will be 1 in 120, and the velocity will be 0.79 meters per second. So over here option D will be the correct answer. Next question, non-scouring velocity in case of cement concrete sewers. So the non-scouring velocity will be 2.5 to 3 meters per second. Option B will be the correct answer. Next question, the gases given out of a septic tank. So we have already discussed methane is there, hydrogen sulfide gas will be there, and CO2 will be there. You see O2, it doesn't gives out O2, and ammonia it gives out, but here also carbon monoxide, this is very trace amount. But methane is the most important gas. This needs to be, because we all know that 70% of the sewage consists of methane only. So methane needs to be present. Okay. Next question, the most widely used pump for lifting sewage we have already discussed, that is centrifugal pump. Let's move on to next question. Which of the following speeds needs maximum number of air changes per hour? Very important question, different type of question. This is related to air pollution, but the question is different. That is, we know that in case of assembly hall it will be almost 12 to 14 per hour air change. Okay, classroom it is only 3 to 4, bedroom it is 5 to 6, and for restaurant it is much larger, it is 15 to 20. So the correct answer will be option D. Let's move on to next question. Commonly used mathematical model relating to BOD exertion and reaction to dissolved oxygen deficit in a stream. So it was first developed by Stretcher and Phelps. Okay, option C is the correct answer. Next question, thermal inversion. So what is a thermal inversion? So thermal inversion, what happens? It will have hot upper atmospheric layer because the temperature decreases as the height decreases. Okay, so height is decreasing, so it will cool down. The air layer will cool down in the atmosphere with traps, and it will trap, what it will trap? It will trap pollutants. Okay, this is one of the things. So option D is the correct answer. Let's move on to next question. Jakob-Hochéser method. So it will, what is Jakob-Hochéser method? So it determines the nitrogen content, or NO2. Okay, nitrogen dioxide. This method will determine nitrogen dioxide. Next question, the discharge through open channel with hydraulic mean depth 0.6, bed slope 1 in 2000 and value of N Manning's coefficient is 0.0119. So you see, we all know that Manning's coefficient velocity, you see velocity, we all know that it is 1 by n, r to the power 2 by 3, s to the power half. This formula, if you remember, it is done then, and q equal to av. These two are the formula. So m equal to a by v, area by velocity, which is given as 0.6. So from here you can find this is again equal to d by 2. So from here you can just put on the values. S, bed slope given 1 in 2000, Manning's n is given, and this r you can find out easily. If you put this velocity value over here, and area you can just find from this mean depth. So you will have correct answer around 3.5. If you please check it out again and again. Okay, I have not solved it, you check it out. Okay, next question, rectangular channel has a bed width of 4 meter and bed slope of 1 in 1300. Value of change is constant. This also we will use the formula, that is v equal to c root mi. Alright, so bed width is given, width is related to m, and I changes, c is the changes constant 50, slope is given as 1 in 1300, and formula for q equal to av or q equal to ac root mi, you can also directly put the value, then you can get the answer. Okay, check it out. Next question, the maximum velocity through a circular canal takes place when the depth of flow is equal to. So correct answer is actually 0.81 d, which is not given in the option, and for maximum discharge it is equal to 0.95 d. Don't get confused with the values or with the options. So maximum discharge will have 0.95 d we will use, but for maximum velocity 0.81 d is used. Next question, according to Kennedy's critical velocity, Kennedy's formula is asked for velocity. We all know the formula, that is 0.55 md to the power 0.64. Option B will be the correct answer. So these three formula is very important. Lacey's all formulas, we will have a question right now in this paper only. Okay, then Manning's formula, Cutter's formula, you just keep an eye on that only. You just revise it. Okay, that will be enough. Okay, formula if you know, you can solve any question because we will already have the calculator over there. Next question, concrete lined canal. So permissible velocity of water. So lined canal permissible velocity is 2 meters per second. Option C is the correct answer. Next, okay, 66 problem I have not given over here because this is an indeterminacy problem and it is easy one. So indeterminacy problem you just check out, you just revise indeterminacy problem, that is very important. Next is ratio of maximum deflection of a simply supported beam with central load W and of cantilever of same length and with load W at free end. So we all know simply supported beam central load W, deflection is what? W L cube by 40 ATI. And for cantilever deflection is WL cube by 3EI. If we take the ratio of both of them, it is 1 by 16. Option C will be the correct answer. Let's move on to next question. Question number 68. So this is a question on truss. So you just see the questions on truss because there was a figure. So I didn't get the time to draw the figure. Next question. A 3-hinged parabolic arch of span 2 meter and rise h at the crown, concentrated load P. So we have done this question only. So you can see our previous year paper, you will get the answer there. Next question, degree of indeterminacy problem. This is also again the degree of indeterminacy. There was also a figure. Next question, the free end B of a cantilever beam of length L found to deflect too much. Just the previous year paper solution is given there. You just check out the solution. Correct answer will be 3 by 8 WL. Option B. Next question, a single ankle in tension connected by one leg only. Areas of connecting and outstanding legs respectively A and B. Net effective. Very important question. Steel question from steel structure. Correct answer is option C. Option B. Okay. Option B will be the correct answer. How? So you see net effective area is equal to A plus KB. Okay. Now what is K? K is equal to 3A divided by 3A plus B. Now if you divide this by 3 and this by 3. So what do you get? This by actually if we divided all these things by 3B, right? 3A, sorry 3A. Divide all these things by 3A. So you will get this as answer 0.35. Okay. Just check it out. And in case of 2 legs, then you will have 0.2. And these will be the correct answer. Next question, effective length of column. This is another very important question. 3 types of question. The one which we have done. Okay. Now tension compression one, that question, that pitch. Okay. Maximum pitch. That is another important topic. This is one important topic. And slenderness ratio, effective slenderness ratio. This is also very important. These few things from steel structure is very important. Okay. So effectively held in position, restrained in direction at both ends. Correct answer is 0.67 L, option B. Okay. Effectively held in position and restrained in direction at both ends. Other, you just check it out. Okay. We will try to provide it as soon as possible in our group, all the data. Okay. But you will have it in any book. Next question, P and D, pitch and gross diameter efficiency. This is another common question. Correct answer will be option C, P minus D by P. Next question, type of weld used for joining two surfaces approximately at right angles. When these two surfaces will be at right angles to each other, then we will use the fillet weld. Option D is the correct answer. Next, the greatest permissible clear dimension of web panel in a plate girder is restricted to. Correct answer will be option D, 270 T. Let's move on to next question, an RCC problem relating to shear stress. So since this is again a this will need solution. So you just see problems related to shear stress. One of them can come. Okay. Other problems from RCC can also come. Any one question. Okay. Next, in a rectangular column with B, eccentricity. Maximum permissible eccentricity for no tension, B by 6. Option D will be the correct answer. The maximum permissible value of ratio of span to depth of a two-way simply supported RCC slab. We all know the correct answer. Two-way simply supported. This is not 65. This is 35. Option C will be the correct answer. And for continuous, it will be 40. Okay. Continuous. Okay. And we know that in case of beams for cantilever it is 7, for simply supported it is 20, and for continuous it is 26. Need to remember these values, span by depth ratio. Next question, in case of RCC water tank, the reinforcement bars surrounding provided in domes surrounding an opening. So in case of domes, meridional stresses come, so we will have to provide meridional bars. So option A is the correct answer. Next, if P is upward pressure on the slab of a plain concrete footing whose projection on either side of the wall is A centimeter, depth of foundation D will be given by, correct answer is option A, 0.0075 A root P. Next question, when the column of a frame structure building is situated near the property line. So if the column will be at the end only and it cannot be extended, there is no provision of extension of that column, then we will have to design a strap footing. Option A is the correct answer. Next, percentage of fine aggregates FM 2.8 and combined coarse aggregate. So we will have to find the fine aggregate percentage only. So we all know the value, the formula, that is 7.3 minus 6.4 divided by 6.4 minus 2.8. So the correct answer will be option A, 25%. Check the value again and again. Okay, this is one of the important question. So you will have you can just note the question. Next, an aggregate is said to be flaky. So flaky aggregate if the least lateral dimension is 3/5 of the mean dimension. Option C is the correct answer. Let's move on to next question. Impurity of mixing water which affects the setting time and strength of concrete. So we know that setting time, this is calcium chloride because this is an accelerator. Option A will be the correct answer. Next question, as per IS specification, spacing of stirrups in RCC beam. You see the options are different. So effective depth it will not exceed because we all know that it is 7.75 D or 300 mm, whichever is greater. So this is a bit confusing one. Next question, for foundation on clay soil, maximum, so maximum differential settlement. So of just a few days back we have uploaded one of the topics related to this, total settlement. Just note that total settlement, and for differential settlement on clay soil, I am just telling the differential settlement, that is 40 mm, and for sandy soil it is 25 mm. Okay, and we have uploaded in Facebook group relating to the total settlement. These two things are very important. Next, foundation on weaker soil may be done by, so we generally do the foundation of weaker soil by grillage footing. Okay. Next question, to support a heavy structure in sandy soil, type of foundation generally used. So for sandy soil, heavy structure, we use pier footing. Option C is the correct answer. Next question, a soil sample has a porosity 37.5% void ratio. So we all know void ratio formula, n by 1 minus n. This formula you need to remember, and if we remember the formula, n equal to E by 1 plus E. So this we will use, we will put 0.375 divided by 1 minus 0.375. If we calculate, we will get the value as 0.6. Option C will be the correct answer. Next question, scour depth D of a river flood may be calculated from Lacey's equation. So Lacey's equation, scour depth is 0.473 whole to the power 1/3. Option C is the correct answer. Next question, as per Rankin's formula, passive earth pressure at a depth 8 meter in a dry cohesionless soil. So Rankin's formula we all know, Kp gamma Z is the pressure. Now this is passive pressure, you need to remember this. So passive pressure, we will have the formula 1 plus sine 38 degree divided by 1 minus sine 38 degree. We will find the value, and cohesion part is cancelled because this is a cohesionless soil. So we will have only this part. So if we put the value, and Z gamma is also given, gamma is given as 200 and Z is equal to 8 meter. So we will have correct answer as 67.2 kg per meter square. Next question, generally specific gravity of aggregates used in road construction. So correct answer will be 2 point, actually it is 2.95 to 2.9, or it may be 3 also. So over here correct answer will be option C. Let's move on to next question. Best compromise between the increase of the length of a highway and reduction in its load carrying capacity is ruling gradient. So we will have to keep the ruling gradient in order to keep the length of highway and reduction within limits, reduction in load carrying capacity. So it will be 1 in 20. Next question, water absorption value of aggregates used in surfacing work of road construction. So water absorption value will be from 0.1 to 2%. Option A is the correct answer. Next question, minimum value of flash point of bitumen. So flash point, actually you see this is given in IS 1209. 1978. So fire point is 175 plus minus 5 degrees centigrade. Flash point, just to catch the fire, it may be 165. Okay. Next question is related to corps of engineers formula, which is obsolete nowadays. So this question is not required so much. Next question is one with Macleod formula. This is also obsolete. So this question is not gonna come. Next question, a road has a rigid pavement of concrete slab of 20 centimeter. Wheel load given is 4080 kg. Relative stiffness is given. Equivalent radius of concrete resisting section is given using Westergaard's equation. This may come because Westergaard's equation, 3 corner and edge, you will have to remember the values. That is, stresses formula is 0.572 p divided by h square into 4 log 10 L by B plus 0.359. Now this is the formula for edge. Okay, just remember this is the formula for edge. Load is given. Okay, load is given as 4080. No need to change any unit. All the units are okay. Absolutely okay. The depth of pavement 20 centimeter square. You just put this value. L, depth of resisting section 91.4 divided by 18.8 B, radius and 0.589. Just if you put the values, you will get the answer as 18.12 kg per centimeter square. Option B will be the correct answer. Last question of this session and the last question of our previous year papers. According to Goldbeck's formula, stress due to corner load in kg per centimeter square, that correct answer is 3p by h square. Option C will be the correct answer. So now we have completed all the papers. So you can just before the exam is very near, just 1 or 2 days left. So you can just forward this, you can just increase the playback speed and you can just see the video. Just for revision purpose, there is no significance of this video because you have already studied everything, and remain confident within yourself only. You can attend it, and this is not such a big deal. If you have prepared, if you have invested your time, and if you have read properly for not for 1 week or 2 week or 1 month, but if you have dedicated your time for this exam seriously and with all preparation, so you will be easily able to crack this exam. Because previous year papers, you just keep an eye, you just revise it once more, increasing the playback speed. Okay, now you see we are going to bring other papers also very recently. Okay, after this exam is over, junior engineer papers and all papers we will discuss, all courses we will design. We are thinking of something new also. So please join our Telegram group if you want to get this paper, and also like and follow our Facebook page Smile and Learn Civil Engineering, and don't forget to join our Facebook group Civil Engineering Discussion Forum. We upload various types of civil engineering related data, exam objects and all. Okay, and thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we will bring new and new topics and new videos in recent times only. And best of luck for your examination. Keep calm and prepare and perform well. Okay, thank you.